Have you ever looked at your bank account and wondered where all the money went? You work hard, you earn a decent income, you try to save, yet somehow, you feel like you are running on a treadmill. You are moving, but you are not getting anywhere. It is a frustrating feeling. It is a feeling shared by millions of people, often in silence. We are taught that money is about math. It is about income minus expenses. If we just earn more or spend less, everything will be fine. But what if that is not the whole story? What if the biggest battles are not fought on a spreadsheet? This common struggle with money is rarely about the numbers. It is not always about how much you make, it is about how you think. It is about the stories you tell yourself about wealth, about scarcity, about what you deserve. We often think we are in complete control of our choices. The reality is that our hidden beliefs and ingrained habits are the ones truly in the driver's seat, steering us toward a destination we never intended to reach. Nobody gives us a manual for our own financial psychology. The result is a quiet, persistent feeling of being stuck, without ever understanding why. This essay is about shining a light on those hidden corners of your mind. You can begin to rewrite the old stories, and take back control. The journey to financial freedom begins not with a better budget, but with a better understanding of yourself. Let's talk about your brain. It is an amazing organ. It is a survival machine, perfected over thousands of years. This is incredibly useful when you need to pull your hand away from a hot stove. It is less useful when you are standing in a store, tempted by a sale. It is designed for a world of immediate threats and immediate rewards, not for long-term investing and compound interest. It seeks pleasure. This is why spending money feels good right now, while saving it feels like a sacrifice. Your brain processes the immediate joy of a new purchase much more strongly than the distant, abstract reward of a comfortable retirement. And it is something advertisers and companies know very well. So, what are these traps? They are simple, everyday patterns that secretly drain your wealth and your peace of mind. We see our friends and neighbors caught in the same cycles, so we assume it is just the way things are. But these are not truths, they are traps. We will uncover 5 of the most common and destructive money traps. We will explore the scarcity mindset, lifestyle creep, the instant gratification trap. For each trap, we will go one step further. We will give you practical, actionable steps to break free. It is a chance to move from confusion to clarity and uncover the secrets to building a richer life, from the inside out. The scarcity mindset is a powerful and pervasive trap. It's the constant, nagging feeling in the back of your mind that there is never enough. When you live in this state, you are not thinking about thriving. You are focused solely on surviving. It often has deep roots, planted in our past experiences. Perhaps you grew up in a household where money was always a source of stress and conflict. When you are caught in the scarcity trap, you operate from a place of fear. Your financial vision becomes tunnel vision. The most damaging part of the scarcity mindset is that it can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Breaking free starts with recognizing that this feeling is a product of your thinking. It starts with gratitude. Next, you must create breathing room in your finances. Saving even a few $100s creates a buffer between you and an unexpected expense. Automate a small transfer to your savings account every payday, even if it is just $5. You also need to start looking for opportunities instead of only seeing obstacles. By intentionally creating an environment that supports a feeling of possibility and growth, you make it easier for your own abundance mindset to take root and flourish. Have you ever imagined what you would do with a big raise? Maybe you would finally move into a bigger apartment, buy a newer car, or start dining out at fancier restaurants. But soon, you find yourself in the exact same financial position as before, just with more expensive things and higher bills to pay. This phenomenon creates what many call the golden handcuffs. You have a good job with a good salary, but you're completely dependent on it to maintain your expensive lifestyle. But these small leaks slowly sink the ship. Without a conscious plan, your expenses will naturally rise to meet your income, leaving you with nothing left over to build real, lasting wealth. The antidote is intention. It is about consciously designing your lifestyle rather than letting it inflate on autopilot. Decide on a percentage of your raise, and set up an automatic transfer to your savings or investment account. This pay-yourself-first approach fundamentally changes the equation. Instead of letting your lifestyle inflate across the board, focus on what truly brings you value and happiness. This is called value-based spending. Finally, conduct regular lifestyle audits. Ask yourself if your spending still aligns with your values. By designing your lifestyle with this level of intention, you escape the trap and build a rich life, not just an expensive one. There is a famous psychology experiment. It's called the marshmallow test, a simple test of delayed gratification. This trap is the constant battle between our present self and our future self. The modern world is a minefield designed to trigger this desire for instant gratification. Whenever you see something you want, your brain releases a hit of dopamine. This dopamine rush creates an itch, and the only way to scratch it seems to be by completing the purchase. The small, seemingly harmless choices we make for instant pleasure quietly rob our future selves of significant wealth. This debt becomes a heavy anchor, weighing you down and limiting your financial freedom. One of the most effective ways to start is by creating friction between the impulse and the action. Another powerful technique is to implement a mandatory waiting period. More often than not, the intense desire will have faded. It's also crucial to connect emotionally with your future self. This makes your future goals feel more real and emotionally compelling. Finally, reward yourself for good behavior, but do it smartly. This approach links the pleasure of a reward directly to the positive behavior of saving. Humans are, well, social creatures. This deeply ingrained instinct has honestly become a powerful and destructive money trap. It is the comparison trap. The problem with comparison is that it is a game you can never win. There will always be someone who has more. What we do not see is the reality behind the curtain. We are comparing our behind-the-scenes reality with their highlight reel. The rise of social media has honestly poured gasoline on this fire, turning a small campfire into a raging inferno. The most obvious cost is debt. The money that could be going toward your investment is instead being paid to banks, all to maintain an appearance for other people. The ultimate antidote to the comparison trap is to stop looking at other people's lanes and focus entirely on running your own race. This means getting crystal clear on your own financial goals. When you have a clear destination in mind, it becomes much easier to ignore the distractions on the sidelines. The only person you should be competing with is the person you were yesterday. This internal scoreboard shifts your focus from external validation to internal progress. Finally, practice gratitude for what you already have. It grounds you in the present and reduces the desperate feeling that you need more things to be happy. You find joy not in being ahead of someone else but in moving forward on your own terms. The idea of taking that hard-earned cash and putting it into something like the stock market can feel, well, pretty terrifying. This is the fear of investing trap, but this feeling of safety is really just an illusion. You are exposing it to a different, quieter but equally certain risk: inflation. If your savings account pays 1% interest, but inflation is running at 3%, you are actually losing 2% of your purchasing power every single year. This desire to wait for the perfect moment is a form of procrastination fueled by fear. While you are waiting, the market is, on average, moving upward. Time in the market is vastly more important than timing the market. Faced with so many choices, it is easy to become completely overwhelmed. This leads to a state known as analysis paralysis. The first step is to open an investment account. This is a small, concrete action that signals to yourself that you are serious about this. Do not try to pick the next hot stock. Instead, choose a broadly diversified, low-cost index fund. The third and perhaps most crucial step is to automate the process. This consistency is the secret sauce of long-term wealth building. Finally, you need to learn to zoom out and adopt a long-term perspective. The short-term fluctuations of the market are just noise. Your job is to let your money sit and grow over decades. We have shone a light on the 5 psychological traps that quietly work to keep us financially stuck. Seeing them is the first, most crucial step to breaking them. We fall into them not because we are unintelligent or lazy, but because we are human. But you do not need to conquer the entire mountain today. You only need to take a single, courageous step forward. The size of the step is far less important than the direction in which it takes you. Its value is in the shift of identity. You are declaring that you are no longer a passive victim of your own psychology. You are an active architect of your financial future. Your richest life is not a distant dream reserved for other people. It is a possibility waiting for you to claim it, starting today, with one small, intentional choice at a time.